5 reasons why I wouldn't work anywhere else besides the NICU as a new nurse. Honestly, being a new nurse has nothing to do with it. I wouldn't work anywhere else besides the NICU no matter what. For those of you unfamiliar, the NICU is basically the neonatal ICU. And going into number 1, I honestly just feel like these are the best patients. Besides the fact that they're babies, and babies are absolutely adorable and innocent and sweet, they're not going to disrespect you. You're not going to have to feel threatened by them like some nurses do with their adult patients. And I swear, doing certain procedures like placing NG tubes, getting IVs are less traumatizing doing it with babies versus like on adults. That might sound super weird, but honestly, unless you have been a nurse to like a baby before, you really wouldn't know how to compare it. Like, of course, they experience pain. Of course, they're going to be crying a lot of the time. A lot of the times they cry just because anyways, but there's just certain things that we're doing that they don't even notice really what's going on. But I swear, like, more times than not, let's say I'm putting in an NG tube, they don't even realize it happens. Like, you lube up the tube, you put it in real quick, they sneeze, and they're like, oh, like, before they've even realized, you're already done with it. And it's just so nice. Like, I feel like I can just go in and do my job. Like, when I have to go in and do their touch time, do their assessment, I go in, do what I need to do. Like, there's no drama, really, for the most part. Number 2, this is a really important one, but I feel like in the NICU, in compared to like the adult ICU, for example, this isn't in comparison to all floors. I think a lot of nurses will find that they feel as if they are making more of a difference working with babies and probably just with children in general. Like, I've heard from nurses that work on adult ICU floors that there is a lot of death and a lot of trauma, and constantly having to put patients in body bags and watching their families go through that, it can like take a toll on you. And that's not to say that the babies don't pass away in the NICU, because of course we do have patients that pass away. But it's definitely not an everyday thing. I wouldn't even say it's a weekly thing. And my census in my NICU is extremely high. We have about 85 babies at a given time. And more often than not, you are seeing babies go home. Like, you are seeing real miracles happen every single day. We have babies going home every single day. I get to see moms hold their baby for the first time, breastfeed their babies for the first time. I get to see parents carrying out their baby in a baby carriage. It really does feel good to know that you are a part of a journey, a patient's journey, where they are more likely than not going to go home and live a beautiful, long, healthy life. Next thing is patient ratios. Now, of course, we are going to have our moments. This past weekend, we were down 11 nurses. And that's the thing about working in a profession like this, is that no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's going on in the nurses' lives, no matter how many of us call out for whatever reason, the patients are still there. They're still there. They still need us just as much as before. And there's really nothing you can do about it, which sucks. So sometimes the ratios are not the best and they're not always fair, but for the most part, I will say in the NICU, we have fantastic ratios in comparison to like other typical nursing floors and units. Like, for example, on our highest acuity floor, you're getting like 2 patients max. And then on the intermediate floor, you're getting 3 patients max, sometimes even 2. Obviously, on days we're really understaffed, we have taken 4 before, but they're gonna give you 4 that are not critical, obviously. So just in general, the workload and the ratios are just so much more fair and so much more doable, and you don't feel like just completely drained when you get home at the end of the day. I did my brows off camera, but reason number 4 is that we actually get breaks. I know that on most floors you get like 1 unpaid 30-minute break, and it's the same for us. However, we have more time typically to allow for a longer break or for breakfast and lunch, breakfast and dinner. And I don't know how all NICUs are, but I have heard that the majority of them are pretty comparable, like to how mine is, for example. And on my unit, we get a nice long uninterrupted break. So when I go on my break, I'm telling my buddy, the nurse next to me, I'm giving them a report on my babies, and I'm going for my hour-long break. as long as obviously I'm done with all my other stuff. Like I'm not going to take a full hour break if I have a million tasks to do. But typically I'm going to go for my hour break and my buddy is going to watch my babies for me and I don't have to worry. Like literally anything could happen and they're not going to come get me. They're not going to interrupt me. We don't have phones that we need to take with us on our break. The doctors are not going to call you for anything. Like no one's going to call you for anything unless you told your nurse like, hey, let me know if this is going on so I can come back. Just knowing that you're getting an uninterrupted break for an appropriate amount of time literally eases so much anxiety throughout the day. Like I know there's going to be a point where I can literally go and relax, go get done some school assignments, go take a walk around the whole campus with some of the girls, like go grab lunch at one of the restaurants. Like you can actually take a real break, which I almost feel like is unheard of, like on most floors. Last but not least, the nurses and just the longevity that there are amongst the nurses and the staff on the unit. Something really important that I looked for when in nursing school was which unit has the happiest nurses and which unit has a lot of older nurses who have been there for a very long time, because that was going to tell me that there's a lot of longevity on this unit, meaning nurses want to stay. They enjoy their job enough and who they work with enough to stay for a very long time. And like obviously they're happy or else they wouldn't be working here 30, 40 plus years. I can't speak for all NICUs, but I would say this is the case for most of them, and this is definitely the case for mine. I absolutely love my coworkers so much. We all get along. Even the older nurses, like I have never experienced the eat the young mentality. I experienced it in nursing school several times at different hospitals, like during my clinicals, but I don't experience it in my job today. Obviously, everyone has a bad day once in a while, but it's not the norm. And for the most part, all the nurses are happy. Like they're happy to pass on their knowledge to you. Like the older ones, they're happy to pass on their knowledge. They're happy to mentor you and to be there for you. I just feel like I have a lot of support at all times, and I have a lot of options of people that I can trust to go to, because we just have so many nurses and we have a lot of nurses with a lot of experience. So yeah, those are 5 things that I absolutely love about working on the NICU, and I feel like it's important for all nurses, especially new nurses, to be able to experience this, or these things, I should say. I'm gonna finish my mascara off camera. This is the final look, and remember my DMs are always open for any nursing related questions.